You've made it to chapter 2 of Word, so we're going to start with the very first assignment that you'll need to do after the teacher training video, and that is virtual reality. So on my website you should find not only the instructions, which look like this, but you'll also find the draft, which looks like that. So the first thing that we need to do is copy the text VR from the first sentence and paste it in the last sentence after the underlined word potential. So VR, oops, and we're going to copy and paste that right here after potential. And then we can come over here and we can scratch that out. Select the underlined word potential in the paragraph. Use the drop and drag editing to move the selected word potential so that it is before the word buyers in the same sentence. Oops. So we will highlight that, and I had mine highlighted, but we'll highlight it when you have the arrow, left click, do not right click, left click and then drag, and you see how you've got that invisible box kind of following your arrow. And right before buyers, you want to put your cursor before the B, let go, and potential will move. Now we're going to click the Paste Options button that is just to the right of the word that we moved. And we're going to remove the underline format from the moved statement or word by clicking Keep Text Only on the Paste Options menu. So let's go back. This is what it's talking about. So we click it, and we have a couple of options. If you just scroll over them, it'll say Keep Source Formatting, Merge Formatting, or Keep Text Only. And what we want is just the text. So when we do that, then we change what is saved. So every time you're moving stuff, you just want to pay attention. I will use those buttons often and different ones because it depends on what it is I'm copying and pasting. So we'll go ahead and delete, or not delete, but cross through that. Now we want to display the ruler if it's not already displayed. And then we want to use the ruler to indent the first line of the paragraph 1/2 inch. So I already have my ruler showing, but if I didn't, I could go to View and I could click or unclick ruler, and you'll see that it disappears. Okay, so when you click it under View, and just think about when I view my sheet, what am I looking at? I need to see my ruler. That's how you'll know which tab to go to. So with my cursor at the beginning of the V, I can click this top arrow and it'll indent, and if you hover over it, it'll say first line indent. Let's make sure that matches what we were asked to do. Indent the first line of the paragraph 1/2 inch. Let's go back and look, there's 1 inch, so there is the half mark, so we did exactly as we were asked. Change the line spacing of the paragraph to double. So we're going to go ahead and highlight the paragraph and change our line spacing to 2.0. Use the navigation pane to find all occurrences of the word VR and then write down how many there are. So to get to the navigation pane, we can go to the View tab, and right under Ruler you'll see Navigation Pane. If you click it, this pops up, and this is nice because you can use this if you've got a really long document. When I was in college, I had a document that was almost 100 pages long. Rather than scrolling, you could just punch in here. If you went to Pages, you would see all your pages kind of like you do on PowerPoint, and you could punch in the number and go straight to it. So here we're on headings, and that's fine, and we want to type VR, and you'll see that it pops up. So how many do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer we would want to put in here is an 8. Now using the find and replace dialog box to replace all occurrences of the word 3D with the word 3-D, and then write down how many replacements were made. So we can go ahead and just exit out of that. Our VRs will all go away. If we go back home, we can click on replace and we can say find 3D and replace it with 3-D. And we say replace all. And it says we made 3 replacements. Do you want to continue searching from the beginning? Yes. And it says all done. We made 3 replacements. So we say OK. We close this. We should now look and see 3D, 3D, 3D. Come back over to our original instructions and put that we had 3. Use the navigation pane to find the word endless. Then use the words thesaurus to change the word endless to the word infinite. What other words are in the list of synonyms? So we're back over here and we're going to be looking for endless. So let's go to View, Navigation Pane, Endless, Enter. There's one time. So let's go ahead and right click on it and say synonym. And we want to change it to infinite. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and right click again, synonym check. So things we could write down would be boundless, limitless, or unending. Boundless, limitless, or unending. Oops. Okay. Now let's go back and right click again, synonym, and punch in infinite. Switch to the header so that you can edit it. In the first line of the header, change the word draft to the word modified so that it reads VR paragraph modified. Just exit out of that. So we want so we double click up here to get into the header. We can just click around. So we want to backspace that and put in modified. In the second line of the header, insert the page number with no formatting, 1 space after the word page. So we want to insert our page number after the word page. So right here we say page space, and then we could input a 1. That's what most people do, but here's the problem with that. If you close your header and you come down here, and we're just going to go ahead and space down, we could have added a page break, but let's go down. Look what happens on page 2. It actually says page 1, and that will happen over and over again. So then people go over here and they go, okay, no problem. This is page 2. I'll just go ahead and change it to page 2. They get out of the header, and then look what happens when you go up here to page 1. All right, so that doesn't work. So let's go back and delete that, and instead we want to insert a page number. So we say page number, and we want to do it in its current position. You can say top of the page, bottom of the page, page margins, but when you've got a specific spot selected, just say current position. And we can say a plain number. Now, if you scroll down, look what happens. It automatically updates. Okay? You can click on the white to get out of that. Change the alignment of both lines of text in the header from left aligned to right aligned. So currently these are both left aligned, so we'll just, oops. So we'll highlight both of those, and then we will right align, go home, and do right alignment. And then we're ready to save our completed document. When you save it, you'll just want to save it as virtual reality, virtual reality modified instead of draft. Okay? Good job, guys.